9, Joseph. Number 15, Evelyn Tidiade.
John, and welcome here for game number 3 of our women in sport and in rugby league. And it's been a wonderful day of wahine sport here at Mount Smart Stadium. Dale Husband with you here for this game, and the Howick Hornets lining up as well here today. Great to have you along, and of course Wade Brunston with us today, and good to have the Howick Hornets lining up against the Manurewa Marlins. Right out to Mickey Kowhai. Wade, a big day of rugby league here at the park.
Kia ora e hoa, and thank you for having me again for game 3 of the day of this triple header. And it's been a wonderful day of celebration of women in league, and all us males know that without our mothers, without our partners, we wouldn't play this game. So good to have a game that's supposed to be a bell ringer today. 2 top teams, Howick Hornets women and Manurewa Marlins women's.
So here's the Marlins, a couple of names missing here, and we've had some late calls, changes, so we'll do our best to bring them all on stage for you and celebrate their efforts in 2022. And some fine players here for the Manurewa Marlins. So the Marlins are one of our top regions for presenting women in rugby league. And, of course, a huge win, too, for the squad in the last moment there up against the Glenora Bears. Sherelle Leota is on the bench today here for the Howick Hornets. And, as I say, some fine players. A lot of them actually have some pedigree with Manurewa as well.
Yeah, Lisa Edwards-Roa, she was part of the first Warriors women's NRL team, and also hooker Sarah Baldwin. She is a fine young player, one to watch out for, very elusive in that hooker role, and her dad is also the coach, James Sarah. So shout out to everyone in Manurewa, especially Uncle Willem Goodwin, who will be absolutely excited to watch his niece on the big stage today in Mount Smart number 2.
And the ground holding up pretty well too. It's had a lot of footy, 2 games yesterday and 3 here today, so looking forward to it. A lot of wind around, and we've had some rain through the course of that last match, but it looks okay at the moment. Good to have you along here for Rugby League, and a warm welcome to you wherever you're viewing the action, whether that's here in NZ or even offshore as we get underway. And it is the Marlins playing from right to left up against the East Auckland squad here today. And the Manurewa Marlins up against the Howick Eastern United squad. Well, these women move around clubs too, and that's sensible and okay. As we see with the Hornets, thanks Sarah Baldwin. Baldwin is the distributor in strip number 9. They're 15 metres short of the halfway line here. Chantal Woodburn at the back, and already starting to set them alight. Good athleticism out wide here for the Howick Hornets to get us underway early on.
Yeah, it's a good looking shape, couple of block plays there, and Tangaloa took a big hit, and now there's some big driving defence there on Schaaf. Now Hornets settle this up back through the middle on their last tackle. And that's Jasmine Walker playing the ball there.
So that ball's gone a little loose on the far side. Hornets come up with it down the left edge too. The number 2, beautiful run here, a weaving run with some fine athleticism here for Howick. It's Melvina Wellett, and number 2, one certainly worth keeping an eye out for. And the chase is good too from Chancel Totari.
Manurewa now bring the ball off their line. See if they're anything like their team that just played before. As they run off the ruck and make some good meters there, post-contact meters. Does Manurewa Wahine Kowhai side. Jodeci Joseph out of dummy half, jumping out. And they make a break here.
Beautiful run too. It's Kalarana Winakohu. pushing forward, wrapped up by their Tangaloa at the back. And Manurewa setting the stage here. Good ball out wide. This is Wiki. And Wiki's flung to ground here, only 15 metres out from the try line. Jadesi Joseph working at a dummy half on to the boots here today, the number 6. It's Wiley Cook. And some desperate D. And it has worked favourably here for the East Aucklanders with the ball as Vifanene. So running against a pretty strong wind here coming in from the northeast today. It's an unusual wind, northerly nor'westers that head across Tamaki Makaurau.
Yeah, it's a big wind. It's probably a 20-point wind, I reckon, Dale. What do you reckon?
You'd have to think so. It's been big in the last couple of games, no doubt there, Wade. But it's just a settling in period here, which is so vital. Sarah Baldwin into acting half. Spirited carry this time around, taking 3 defenders also. It's Sherelle Leota. Back rower Woodman gets it onto the boot of Totari, sends it downtown. Midway between the 30 and 40. Kelly Takawa wrapped up in the tackle of Totari here on the 40-metre line. Thanks for joining in today. Thanks to Farrelly Photos, Crown Lift Trucks, of course, long-time supporters of Auckland Rugby League. You're watching the action on the ARL TV through their Facebook page and on to their YouTube channel, which has provided a hell of a lot of coverage through 2022. We've seen some exceptional footy, both in the men's and women's divisions through Auckland Rugby League. Good defensive effort there again from the 16. Carting time here for the big Manurewa forwards. Out of dummy half, Joseph. Working down the right and through the hands for Manurewa. And there's the first try of the afternoon. It's Lizanne Tara who scores, and some good lead-up work for the Marlins.
Yeah, it wasn't really much doing there, and unfortunately, Howick Hornets, they let the ball bounce. And like Gus Gould always says, you let the ball bounce, you invite misery into your life, and exactly what happened is, just like the last game, the ball bounced back towards the attacking team with the wind. And they dropped the ball there, and it's straight to the player there. Pahu Hepana, I have on my list. Very fortunate try there for Manurewa Marlins, and they open the score 4-0.
Yes, it is Pahu. My apologies there, Pahu Hepana. Congratulations to her. Good start. As you can see, a little bit overcast out the back there at the moment.
Mr. Fisiahi, Paul Fisiahi, he also does the Otahu men's team that lost in the semi-final yesterday. Also, County's Stingray women's trainer, so good to see him out there. And obviously, Rewa also have the super coaching team with Cook Islands coach Arasi Matua. And the Matua family out there running the waters as well.
Yeah, Rusty's been a great contributor to Women's Rugby League, and of course his lovely wahine as well has been hugely involved in pushing Women's Rugby League in the Manurewa Rohe. As you can see, the wind is an issue. We saw some great goal kicking in the previous match.
Previous 2 matches actually, with some amazing goal kicks. And that one's waved away, so the score stays at 4-0.
Kick unsuccessful there. The
So
score
good to see
4-0, Manurewa Kowhai.
Matua Hammond running the waters for the Rewa Wahine. He runs Putake at James Cook High School, but he also composes the Māori Rugby League huckers for the Māori team.
Yeah, I remember when Umutahi first started out, he was about 18 and wrote this haka. They took out the haka at the National Māori Tournament. That was up in Whangarei, like 100 years ago. And He'd be grey now himself, wouldn't he, Matua Hammond?
That's probably why he shaves all his hair off.
He's a good man. He's really always had our Rangatahi's interests at heart, and great to see him involved in the club at whatever level. He's an awesome rugby league man, as the whole entire Matua whānau are. 6 gone, 1 try.
Good to see Matua Whetaroki out there, back from Newcastle.
Yeah, talent, real talent too. Playing number 11 here today.
She also coaches at Southern Cross campus, does under 15 boys, rugby league under 9 side. Drops the ball there though.
So Manurewa now with the football. So it's Howick with the ball. They haven't had an opportunity with it really in hand bar that first carry. This time it's John Sal Totali gets him to just outside the 40-metre line, pushes across from Edwards Rua, straightening run here from Whanene, picked off and grasped 32 from the line 10 and from the southern touchline. And the Howick Eastern United squad just starting to build as Tuio Polo takes the football forward. That's a good carry too. She was under some pressure and downstairs making sure of the defensive effort. Manurewa, and now the squad getting an opportunity. Kelly Maipi doing the work here for the Manurewa Kowhai.
It's a good run.
Leota, and now one of the smallest on track today is Sarah Baldwin, but you get the impression that she knows her way around the track, and so here's a bulldozing effort once again from Leota. Sherelle has a spin towards the line from the East Aucklanders. Strengthened as Edwards Lua goes to acting half. The pass a little bit awkward, but now an opportunity over the top. The bounce and Porter down the left edge. And this is Melvina Willetts. Beautiful try for Howick. So they come back straight away and say, hey, listen, if you take your eye off us, we're going to get you. Slightly built winger, but into score, and that's really lifted the spirits here of this young Howick squad.
Yeah, it's great work from John Zell Totari. She threw a beautiful long ball out there. I remember her as a young lady coming through the system. One of her first coaches was Fergie Edwards, the legend from Manurewa Marlins East, and her skill there, finding the woman in space, and Melvina Willard. She puts on a nice jink here, fend. Scores a beautiful try in the corner, and this long ball here didn't go to hand, but found the space that was needed. And this is good work here, not much room to work with. And just so elusive and fast.
Well, no substitute for speed. As I say, she's slightly built, but if they get the ball to her, she's already shown the ability to weave a bit of magic. Got some pace at a step, so worth watching here this afternoon. And that try out wide. Difficult conversion at the best of times from on the chalk, but really when you're coming against the wind, it is still wreaking havoc here.
I think this game, they'll Howick got to win this game to make top 4, I understand. So a lot on the line for them today, and beautiful work there to beat a man on the outside.
Melvina Willard, one to watch here in game number 3 on the ARL streaming service. Yeah, it's about 10 minutes gone. This would be a massive kick. It was able to be secured from out wide.
Into the wind.
Isn't really much of a chance there. Difficult for the best kickers in the world, really. Best years, here's your try scorer.
Bit of cuddle up there in the grandstand.
Yeah, it's, there's been a good crowd in, but I guess a lot of people like watching it live streamed.
I would have stayed home and watched it. It looks pretty cold out there. We're lucky we're up here in this lounge. It's nice and warm.
Wade came here too because his wife was looking at the lawnmower and he says, "Oh, we're going to go to football now." And fair enough.
Didn't want to do the dishes this morning.
I understand completely what you're talking about. But that will give the East Aucklanders plenty of heart here. Shayla Manu with the restart. And Howick with the return. Once again through Sherelle Leota. And a penalty also here on the 30-metre line. At about 20 in from the northern touchline here. A wall of defenders coming around, including Tiriha Matua there in 19. Howick shaping a good settling run too, this time from Meadow Schaaf. Needs a quick play, the ball delivers that up here for Sarah Baldwin. Full surname too, through the hands of Totali, and that ball has gone to ground as it drifted forward. The referee says it has. As Wheelet comes in from the far side of the field. Knock on, and that they position in their own half to just 5 or 6 metres inside enemy territory for the Kowhai.
Just a little lack of accuracy here. Ball goes behind it, goes to her right shoulder and behind. Tough to take for Abraham. Got nice looking shape coming out of their half, does Howick Hornets. So if they can get the accuracy right, they might find their way around the outside of Manurewa.
Jess Walker into the mix here. 13 gone, 1 try apiece. And that ball has gone to ground too. Miley Cook.
It's unfortunate. Same thing, lack of accuracy there from Manurewa Marlins. Ball out in front, and they got the wind behind them, so the ball's going to drift forward a little bit. Might want to get a little bit closer in those situations.
They're setting this scrum here right on the halfway line. And it will be a Howick scrum feed. A little dummy and straightened here for Porter. Sarah Baldwin willing to take the work on. Kelly might be the tackler.
You have to watch Zadie Baldwin. Sarah out of dummy half, she's very quick.
Here's Tuiai Polo. And they're just outside the 20-metre line. Howick, Eastern United. Left edge has been successful for them. They'll look to use it again. This is John Salto Dali. Good defence from Richela Manu to put her away. Back rower is Woodman. Now finding Walker. And Walker too is repelled with a good defensive effort here from the Kowhai. 5 metres out from the line. Totali, cut out ball. Finding Edwards Urua, puts the grubber kick into the end goal. And that's really good play here from Howick. It looks like the fullback, Hapuku, might be just in a little bit of trouble after taking a knock as she retrieved the football.
That's a great little touch here to find the ball in the end goal. It's very small end goals. And Lisa Urua takes her out. Played in RLW for the Warriors in their very first year. Good Lisa on the wing. I think Hapuku, she might have just jammed her knee into the ground, which we've seen a few times today.
Well, Edwards Rua, we've already mentioned just how skinny the end goals are here in number 2. It was cleverly drizzled in, if you will, into the end goal and then bundled into touch. Great opportunity to go back to back here for the Howick Eastern United squad. Fullback chimes in, Tangaloa, and then the tackle is made about 6 metres out from the try line on the far side of the field. Once again, the fullback there, Totali, little bit of a show, then steps across to the left-hand side and out the back door, tries to just pop the pass to Wheelet, and it's the Kowhai who come away with the football and make some good metres, 25 out from their own line.
Yeah, great defence from Manurewa Marlins. Howick threw a lot at them on the line, and they were able to slide and adjust. And then in the end, Pahu Hepana made some good yards down the sideline, got them out of trouble.
Fetarika with a tackle now. Lamanu chins it on the inside and picks up to Kowhai. Racked up in the tackle there by Zaid. Sarah Baldwin is busying herself with her defensive work, and again a good tackle on Fetarika. This is Lamanu, little show, then straightens. Picked off, good defensive work by Farrelly. Onto the boot of Cook again. Beautifully taken in the end, and getting the ball back to Fetarika. Out the back door, and now wide are the hands. Just letting down at the last minute. Wiki, but a willingness to give the ball some air and some confidence in their outside backs' abilities to read the play. We get another look at that before we go to the restart, which is on the 20-metre line for the Howick Eastern United squad.
Yeah, it's great work by Manurewa here, but unfortunately this pass here drifts forward. I think it's the touch judge, Rochelle Tamaroa, calls that ball forward there. So it's building nicely for Manurewa. They look really good when they got the ball in hand.
Karanaina Whitakohu working hard, so's Kelly might be at the moment, but it's the East Aucklanders who starting to get a little bit of confidence in a roll-on, making good meterage with their carries, now inside enemy territory themselves too. And remember, they're playing into the wind as Totali gets to her feet. The back rower senses an opportunity by just hauling straight, and then is wrapped up and put away by Whitakohu. 35 from the line, and here's another little hole shot. Good run, beautiful. Scragged at the end with a jersey drag, keeping her at bay and put away 15 metres from the try line. That calls into the dummy half with Kylie Porter. And there are numbers down the left edge if they can work it. It's through Woodman, then Totali. Now out to the 4 Abraham, who pops a lovely pass out wide to the fun in there. She can see the line and she goes towards it and gets the try. Brilliant play here from the Howick Eastern United squad. And it's V Farn in there who scores just a few metres in from the far touch.
Yeah, that all came off the back of the good work from Zaitira Baldwin. She's really sharp around that ruck. She's really fast, so you've got to keep an eye on her, and she made some good yards. She got some rough treatment, but she got up and played the ball. And off the back of this play right here, they get the score in the corner. She's quite elusive. A couple of don't argues right here. Get off me there. Passes back. Get off me. And that's just brute power and strength to score their second try.
Well, it wasn't fun. In fact, it was Abraham who was into score. But what about the deft little popped ball? And they're on fire at the moment. Howick running into a stiff breeze. But I tell you what, confidence levels are going through the roof. Long way to go, of course. But certainly it'll give them and their supporters hearts here today at Mount Smart number 2. 8-4 with a kick to come. A little bit of an improved position, but still a very difficult conversion.
It's good to see she's brought it forward about 10 metres compared to the last kick.
Well, that's sensible. Yep.
Yeah, it's a strong win, this one. So points into the win are very, very valuable in this game.
Never looked like it in the end, but an 8-4 scoreline here for Howick Eastern United. Well, plenty of toe, Zaid, and a willingness to have a go. She sort of looks up, and here you can see her making some good meterage, and really was the start of the impetus to get the ball wide, and eventually the try scored by this young lady who gets up.
Wow.
Pops the pass back on the inside. Still plenty of work to do there.
There's some power.
And goes through to Hedinger to get the try down. So we get another look at it from a different angle. This little pass is skillful.
Get off me.
Back on the inside here from Fun in there. And eventually to Sophie Abraham, who's able to score. Try number 2 here for the East Aucklanders. So again, this is how it all starts. A purposeful and direct carry. A ton of attitude for Tusani, who's into the mix. Room here for the big, the bold, the old and the young. There's another penalty going the way of Howick for stripping the football. Tap from Edwards Rua. And again, it's on here to Sani. Leonia to Sani to play the ball on the halfway line, and it's Sarah Baldwin.
Kirsty Rapana is on for number 1, Alexis Hartlepool.
As you can see, Kirsty Rapana in for the fullback. Might have just injured herself. In fact, we saw that she did. As we're seeing the Howick squad making serious inroads, but there's a bit of a worry as she went to ground immediately. Her teammates recognised something amiss. So John Saltotari should be a huge loss if she was to be taken from the field. She's clutching at her left wrist.
Just landed awkwardly on it by the looks of it. Hopefully it's nothing too bad. She's a big part of their system. She runs a lot of things out of here. It lands on her wrist there.
The left, it might have been the right. Let's have another look at it. Either way, players knew that there was something amiss. Thanks again to our sponsors who continue to support the ARL, especially the ARL TV. Crown of Trucks and Farrelly Photos, long-time supporters of Auckland Rugby League, and Hayden Roberts as well. And as you can hear, Big Round announcer just reminding those who are at the venue that they're able also to encourage friends and whānau, both here and across the world, to check in on the coverage. Let's get another look at the tries, thanks to our director Chucky, who recognises that this could be a bit of a break. Weaving run here from Zaid Sarah Baldwin has been really impressive, and so has Melvina Whaley, who scored out wide. As the pass popped back in on the inside from Whanene and finished off nicely from Abraham for try number 2 for Howick Eastern. Well, the good news is that Totali is to her feet, and she's received some strapping. She'll have to nurse that one around a little bit though, Wade, I guess, for the next 5 or 10 minutes. Yep,
they're going to need her. They need her to play through the pain. It's good work from the physio, so they did a great job getting her back on the field and up and running.
Jasmine Walker now. Slowly to her feet, Jasmine. That ball's gone to ground. A real shame too. Molly Tangaroa just couldn't hold on to it. She recognises that there's a big chance looming there. And first receiver, pretty straightforward drop. Apologises to her teammates. The scrum being set on the 20-metre line. 20 metres in from the northern touchline here at Mount Smart number 2. It's Pa or Rarotonga. Used to be a mountain, now of course it's been around here in Nunihunga, in this part of, well, it's not really South Auckland, I guess.
Southeast Auckland?
To be more accurate. Not sure it'd be southeast either, but anyway, I get your drill. Could be named One Tree Hill Stadium. That's what the school did, didn't it? It was Penrose High, but they recognise that nobody actually lives in Penrose. You know what I mean? It's not a residential address.
100%. You're either in Rockfield or you're in One Tree Hill.
Well, tomato.
I think One Tree Hill makes it more affluent.
Tell me how. So just got a player down here. Well, it's been a bit torrid early in the match. 17 gone, 3 tries scored. Entertaining rugby league. This is an ankle injury. Yeah, the Fisiahi boys have been really great over the years. The Twins, used to really enjoy seeing their footy. Good Ellerslie men, eh?
They are. And Paul's doing amazing work. The one that's out here now, he's amongst it with Otahu Leopards topside. He's with the County Stingray Women's. He's with Howick Women's. And then his brother Dave coaches his son Bronson at Ellerslie under 14. So It's good to have the Fisiahis amongst the game, and their younger brother, Glenn, obviously, played for the Warriors. He came back and had a season at Ellerslie as well, along with Mount Albert. As Zaid Baldwin Sarah gets back up, and they need her out on the field today as Manurewa kick down using the wind, and they're 30 out from the try line. As Wiki will tap this. It's Manurewa Marlins now. 20 out from their try line. Starting to get in shape slowly.
This time around, they're well set.
That's the major threat there. She's dropped the ball. There's Federica.
Now we see the wheels on the far side of the field. Has to step back in. Look, she's almost got a smile on her face as she runs too. I love that in footy players. Just enjoying the work, enjoying the physicality, and enjoying creating some holes. But one to watch, certainly out wide. Already scored one try, Malvina Wheelet.
Yeah, it's a bit like Serena Clark in the last game. She just played with joy, smile on her face, made it look easy.
She really did. Serena Clark was exceptional in the last game. This is Tusani who carries forward now, and Howick building something for the back end of the set into Edwards Rua. He's been a real willing workhorse. Wrapped up by Te Hiringa in the tackle. Again down the left side, and Totari, well, might have been inconvenienced with a wrist injury, but this time the kick is smart. Played back onto the fullback's hand, and that now is Rapana. Kayla Nikitule cleverly kicking the ball back infield for her teammate. And some solid D coming in here too from Howick. That's a bit of an issue too, a little hobble back. Well, one of the best on field so far today. The ball has gone loose and Howick come up with it, this time through Meadow Schaaf, who returns the football solidly and with a bit of attitude. Dummy half work for Edwards Lewis, seems to get herself involved and a full set at their disposal now. 2 tries to 1 leading the Howick Eastern United squad. And about 12 metres out from the try line, Sarah Baldwin sets them alight there with a ball through to Woodman, who eventually is wrapped up here. But as you can see, the try line, the goal is very much in sight for Totari this time. She's one out and won't get there herself, but still needs to deliver up here. Options down the left side. It's brought them success before. Can they do it again? And there's that popped pass, and again, lightning quick, and a wonderful effort for Wheeler down the left edge. I've got to take my hat off once again to Sophie Abraham, who just knows how to combine with her left wing brilliantly. And as you can see, some mad rain coming down, so that won't dampen the smiles or the enthusiasm that they're playing the football with. But I tell you what, it's been real tough out there at the moment for them.
Yeah, the rain's bucketing down and everyone's jumped under the match manager's tent down there. But I thought there was nothing doing here, and just beautiful passing here, short passes. I was actually watching their reload there on their right-hand side, seeing what was going on, and there wasn't much doing. They kept going the same way, and they found the space down their short side. So obviously, Coach Jamie Serra knows something that we don't know.
And as we've seen through the course of the day, the rain can depart as fast as it comes, but it did bucket down. And here's the 2 try scorer from out wide, who really has been a find here. As I say, slightly built, but quick. And those are the lines to run to get to the line. Malvina Wheelet. And of course, this competition has brought forward some wonderful talent. And as the sport of women's rugby league grows, more and more opportunities. Now, we mentioned there was a concerning injury, and I think that might be the hooker, Zaid Sarah Baldwin. If it is, that's problematic because she's had a great role so far in the match of directing the traffic here for the East Aucklanders.
Yeah, I've really liked her work of bringing the forwards onto the ball. She jumps out of dummy half and she's got the forwards running onto the ball. She would be a big loss if she has to go off. A lot of their momentum is created off Zaid Baldwin Sarah. She's up though, she's walking back, jogging back slowly. Strapped
up, heavily strapped now on the right ankle, but we'll see. She certainly looks inconvenienced here, Wade, and how long
she's tough,
lasts, mate. We'll have to wait and see, but
she's tough. She's from Rewa. She's tough.
Rewa hard, you reckon?
And breed the toughest out Rewa.
This is Manurewa, for those of you who don't quite understand the local lingo. We touched on it last time around. You're only allowed to call it Rewa if you've grown up there.
Correct.
Okay. Otherwise, you are an imposter. Like Mr. Brunsden suggesting he's a Warriors fan.
Oh, that's like swearing at me, Dale.
Every dog has its day, mate. We're just waiting for a feed and a bit of a yelp when our boys get away with the big prize. Certainly not going to be this year, but who knows? Hopefully not too far away. So Howick with the footy this time around. It's Walker.
She's been good, Walker.
Evelyn Tidier there is in 15 doing the defensive work, and this lady's had a big game. Totally manages to get it to Abraham again. She too has been quite exceptional down the left edge. Dummy half work for Tangaloa comes in from fullback. Hands up. They're going to kick it across field as well. In fact, it's more downtown than across field. Little stumble there with ball in hand. This is Parihepana. Wrapped up by her opposite number, Taua. Some good footy on show here. Just looking back, it was Hepana who scored early on for Manurewa, and then tries to wheel it. She's picked up two. The one from Abraham, making the 12-4 scoreline with 11 to go. And a super run here from Kayla Niki Tule. Nice work.
Just an interesting fact, Jodeci Joseph, the hooker, her mother played in the last game, Laurelie Nathan. Was playing in the halves for Manurewa Wahine.
Yeah, she was really good too, and obviously, as you say, in the New Zealand touch squad, great contributor through the hands of Haruna Tehiriga, who is eventually grasped about 35 metres out from the line. Joseph holding up the pass. That ball's gone to ground. Howick will benefit from it. The referee says you're okay to go again, and Wheeler gets hold of it, but it's Rapana who gets hold of the talented wing pretty quickly. He was able to sort her out with little problem. Howick now just need to settle things down here a bit. They've been playing a good hand into the last 10 minutes. Little popped ball once again to Sarah Baldwin. So I really like the mix of big footballers and some small, nippy halves at the moment. And the Hornets, this time working through Emma Prescott. She too, making some good meterage. Good to see Sarah Baldwin, who's seems to be back to full fitness, onto Woodman. Shows it and tries to bust through the tackle there of Wida Kohu, who eventually gets Woodman on the 40-metre line now, and Howick back to Totali. Oh. And there is an intercept that's been touched and it has gone forward, so it will be Howick who'll come up with the football, I would suspect.
Yeah, I thought David Miller might be calling a forward pass first of all, but he's consulted with his touch judge. Now he's saying knock on from Manurewa as Rapana went for the intercept. I thought there was a forward pass out of Totali's hands first of all. So unlucky for Rewa.
Yeah, I wouldn't completely disagree with that observation as well, Wade. But again, you're reliant on your officials on the sideline, and their read was that it was okay flat and acceptable. And the attempted intercept is what here has resulted in the scrum feed for Howick Eastern United. To ground now, Lisa Edwards-Urua. She's done some good work too, Lisa, and she's eventually able to continue play. Well, hats off here to Howick at the start there, and a quick try to Hepana right from the get-go. Thought it was going to be a tough day at the office, but to their credit, they've worked really well and utilised their big forwards and nippy, fleet-footed backs very well. Hugely impressed with the centre pairing of Edwards-Urua and Abraham. And now, if they're able to score again here, it'll really give them a good chance to go in with great confidence into the break and set the stage for the second half. Fullback now, it's Tangaloa, and that ball's gone to ground off the hand of Tautari, and it will be again a knock-on. And perhaps even another chance here for the team in blue.
Yeah, really liking the work of Molly Talanoa. She takes the ball to the line. She's got the ball in two hands. You don't know whether to tackle her or stay out. She goes to the line here, and this time Manurewa get a hand to the ball right there.
Well, Caledona, Wedekohu almost caught her unawares coming at her from the left-hand side. Watch the hit here. And Tautari actually picks up the ball, and then it's touched coming forward by Kirsty Rapana. So Howick with a really great opportunity. 6.5 to play here in the first half. Already up by 12 points to 4. Tautari again proving just what a bonus she is for this squad. Well, they go looking for the winger again. To the back rower, Woodman has a bit of a look around to Sarah Baldwin. She can't find her way through. Content to take the tackle. It's early in the set. Still plenty of time here for Howick Eastern United. To Kylie Porter now. Porter close. Pops the ball out the back and picks up Tusali, who's trying to muscle her way towards the line. And as you can see, just a couple of metres out. Can Howick score another try here and set up for a great second half effort for them? Repelled at the last moment. Still with Baldwin waiting for the play the ball as Walker slowly gets to her feet. Here's the kick into the end goal, but just a little heavily weighted there from John Tautari. Not quite what was needed. Needed to have a very refined kick. And the weighting of it was all important. The referee here just wants an interruption to play. An opportunity there. Perhaps Tautari will be disappointed that she couldn't provide the finesse needed at the right time.
Yeah, it was right idea, Dale. Just got the accuracy wrong with that kick. Probably if she could have it over again, she'd do it properly. But I was actually watching the setup at Howick, and they're very slow to reload and get some shape going. So wasn't really much options on for them there. I think they really need to work on their shapes and their reload on the try line and trouble Manurewa's defence.
Chantal Woodman there with an inspirational defensive effort. Joseph working right, finding Takawa. Well, Manurewa know they're in a game here this afternoon. Long way to go, of course. We recognise that. Here's Rapana. Just short of the halfway. 10 metres in from the southern touchline here at Mount Smart. Lamanu has the ball. Beautiful step from Lamanu. Through the gap and into a hole. Finds the fullback. Steps the fullback. Lamanu charging towards the line. Will she get there? No, she's dragged down at the last moment by Fun in there. But she's just a metre out. The referee might even call for 10 in the bin. We'll wait and see. They're very frustrated, Manurewa. They think that they were denied a try and quite rightly questioning the decision. Kelly might be going in to talk with the referee, who now will have some words here with Fun in there. And it is 10 minutes in the bin for a professional foul.
Yeah, it was great work leading up to that point, and I would go to say that was even close to a penalty try. Manurewa had massive numbers to their left-hand side, and was that the hooter for half-time? So if it is, Manurewa get one play.
Did sound like the hooter, but it could be the phantom hooter. We've got a few of those who can pull off the mimicking routine. And here is the runner. It was a beautiful run too from Lamanu. And that is it. Curtain call for the first half. Well, the Howick Hornets will be starting the second half with 12 players. And, of course, that's going to be for another 9 minutes. But a really intriguing first half effort here. And I hope you're enjoying the action as we get one last look at that run through, which was just excellent here from Lamanu. One try to the Manurewa Marlins. I thought their second was coming right here. Beautiful step past the fullback Tangaloa. And then it was just a desperate effort to drag Lamanu down. And then, as you can see, holding down too long. And the referee says no go. That's worth 10. And V finally sent to the bin. Hope you're enjoying the action here. It's game number 3 in our Women in League round. Mount Smart Stadium number 2 on ARL TV. At the halftime break, it's Howick Eastern United 12, and the Manurewa Kowhai 4.
On and wake up in the morning. Body sore from last night's training. Dude run harder, tackle with intention. Make one the gaps and watch for interceptions. Keep it fair, keep it cool every section. Give your all, pass the ball, put your best in. Enjoy your day, strip, pick cover your selection. This that thing that you've been missing. Don't play rugby league. It's all yeah. You are your club. Come on.
Yeah, you got to love it, don't you? Good to have you along, you guys. Awesome. 12-4 scoreline. And hope you enjoyed the action, and especially all of the whānau around the country and overseas. Good day, Tēnei. And with us, Wade Brunsden. Hey, Wade, that was a real solid showing from the Howick Eastern United squad in that first half. Really like the mix of physiques that they're bringing on stage and their abilities. They've got plenty of guts in the carries, but also got some lovely and agile outside backs that are really proving a difficult form under to read at times.
Yeah, I really like the way how send different pictures to the defence of Manurewa. They've got different shapes. I like their shapes coming out of their half from kickoffs. However, I think their shapes on the try line, they need to get more shape going, and they need to reload a lot quicker. They seem to take a hit up and then they're very slow to get back into position to put a different picture up for Manurewa. And they've scored a couple of tries just through going through their hands. And this try here was, the first try was from a kick, and this one here is just beautiful body movement, speed, agile, scores in the corner. And this one here off the back of Sarah Baldwin, who's been absolutely outstanding before she got injured.
Well, we have seen images of her getting strapped again on the sideline. Now, they turn with the wind at their back, which would normally be an advantage, but obviously they have to work hard to combat the loss of Farrelly, who'll spend another 9 minutes in the bin. It's going to be tough. and the way that they approach the start of the second half can have a huge bearing on the outcome. As you can see now, heavily strapped as well, and be a real loss. Both you and I are very impressed here with Zaid's skill set around the park, and let's hope that ankle holds up well enough for especially the early part of the second.
Yeah, I think with one man down, they need to use this one, even if it's early kicks, and just pin Manurewa down in their half and don't let them get out. Certainly don't want players like this coming at you and making awesome breaks with amazing footwork. So if I'm Coach James Serra, I'll be saying even if you have to kick early, kick deep, kick long, and just pin them down there for the next 10 minutes as we play with 12 women.
Well, that makes sense too. So I would be very surprised if it's not the tactic that's employed here. And as you can see, this was where the decision was made to send the tackler, Vifanine, to the bin. It raised the ire of some of the Howick faithful right in the middle there, but I think the referee had no real alternative but to award a sin binning. Certainly reeked of a professional foul. Thanks to Hayden and Rollett, to Farrelly Photos, to Crown Forkless long-time supporters, and of course the Stream Shop here for their support. Hope you're enjoying the action. 12-4 scoreline here. I'm sure Manurewa would have gone in as favourites here, stacked full of talent. So it's a case of the underdogs in front as we speak. But remember, they are down to 12 players for the next 9 or so minutes. Manurewa with the football. They'll be wanting to make inroads while they have the numerical advantage. But as Wade suggested, be very surprised if Howick don't kick early in the tackle count when they do finally get possession. But it's up now to Manurewa. They've got all the work to do here as Evelyn Tiriae earns a penalty for her squad. And that's just 5 minutes short of a halfway.
Yeah, not a good start for Howick. That's not what you'd want. Starting the second half with 12 women. And just a lazy arm around the head there.
Yeah, that's Meadow Schaaf, who's just, as you say, more lazy. There's no intent to hit high. You've got to watch technique as well. Rain has abated and fortunately left us. Shiralioto is back into the mix there, and 33 metres out from the try line. Here they come, Manurewa, wanting to notch up a try. As Maitua Fitarika takes the ball forward. Joseph. Good work here from Howick. They know just how important it is that their defensive work is of high quality early here in the second half, and getting up quickly too is Tautari onto Lemanu. There's been a thorn in the side here for Howick Eastern United. The Manurewa Kowhai, as you can see, 15 from the line. Big chance for Tehiringa, goes close. In fact, might have even got there. Haruna Tehiringa is credited with the try. Had a bit of work to do getting close to the line, but the momentum was there. And just what Howick Eastern wouldn't have wanted to occur has. And it's the Kowhai who bounce on the scoreboard first up in the second half.
Yeah, Coach Rusty Matua, he'll be extremely happy, and that was a great run by Te Iringa. She just powered her way over the try line, and once again, defenders are holding off. They're not coming forward to meet her. With a big body, you need to get off the line and you need to meet her. She got the ball about 15 metres out, and they're still waiting as Howick. She just drags them all over the line. That's a super try for Manurewa to start the second half.
Was it Emma Prescott perhaps out wide? Let's have a look. I mean, Wheeler came in and had to. But I think maybe Emma Prescott given another chance in 17. Wanted to have displayed better technique. As you say, she really needed to get in front of the hard-running try scorer, Haruna Tehiringa. And the extras looking here to be added by Rochelle Amana. Good to know Rusty Matua is involved here with the squad. Cook Islands national coach as well. Looking forward to their involvement in the World Cup later in the year. But Rusty's been involved with the Women's Rugby League for ages. Lovely bloke to do commentary with too, very knowledgeable. And of course, was able to see the latter part of his career too when he's running around with the Leopards. but he's represented a number of different clubs over the years, our man, Rusty.
Yeah.
One of footy's good guys.
I was lucky enough to call a game with him earlier this year, Mangere East versus Richmond Rovers, out there at Walter Massey Park.
Well, you two would be really knowledgeable too with your coaching pedigrees as well, Wade, and trading thoughts in the commentary box.
Oh, we had a great chat about his Cook Islands World Cup team and
Kia ora.
their journey coming up, and that's a great kick-off there from Howick, and it's going to find touch.
Well, you don't see that too often, but it's exactly what was needed after conceding that early try and now getting the optimum result from the restart.
Yeah, and when you're one man down, you take any bonus you can get, and that's the great advantage of having the wind behind your back.
I just caught them napping somewhat. The Kowhai, now they have to get underneath the crossbar for the restart. So, an important set coming up as Wheelit struggles to get hold of the football. And a knock on too, so, well, a couple of fundamental errors, really. And she's put on some really fine work, Malvina, but this time around she wouldn't want to look at that one again. Mind you, it's up against the wind and a bit tough to read.
Very tough to read that one, and really you want to be running backwards into catching that. Fortunately though, Howick have let Rewa off the hook again.
And just lacking numbers here. What's the plan? They're going to put a five person scrum together.
Yeah, I'm sure they've got to put one more into the scrum.
It's being summoned to Sophie Abraham to make up numbers. Sophie goes into the front row.
Oh, they have a four-man scrum.
That's what it was. hey, you can't have a four-person scrum. Really good chance here for Manurewa. Like we say, this is nearly 5 gone, so there's still another few minutes, 4 in fact, before we'll see the return of Farrelly. Well, that's where some opportunities might be created here for Karolaina Winakohu.
It's good direct running. She's a tough lady to bring down.
Joseph, dummy half-word. Runners, well, they're surfacing now, aren't they? Everyone wants to get their hands on the ball. This is Baipi to her feet. Winakohu. The Fitanika has put away 33 metres from the line. Now they're having a look down the left side. They'll have the numbers down there as it goes onto the boot of Moana Clark, and then fumbled at the back, or staying okay for Tangaloa. Well, the referee says you're okay by me. Tahitiga, try scorer, makes the tackle on the weaving fullback. Well, let's see if they do kick early in the tackle count, Wade.
Yeah, interesting to see what happens. It's taken 7 minutes before them to get the ball back.
So gutsy to see Zaid Sarah Baldwin. As we say, she's got a lot to add here at Wheelit as well. Getting scragged 2 of the smaller players on the field. But I'll tell you what, they've got big hearts, those two. I'm talking Wheelits and also Sarah Baldwin. And that ball, I think that Porter thought it had gone backwards. The referee disagrees. Let's have another look here. There's the kick off the right side of the boot. A little bit awkward. And we thought for a moment that might have been a knock on.
Well, I think that was off the legs. Fair call. I think she put her hands away at the right time. Off the calf muscle there. So play on. This one here, definitely a knock on. Drags it back towards it.
Yeah, that's a real shame too, because when they needed some cohesion and tight approaches down to 12 players, it hasn't been delivered. Now 12 metres out from the try line, 12-8 scoreline. Exciting footy here in game number 3 from the Women in Rugby League round here at Mount Smart, number 2 here in Auckland. And that should be a penalty, and will be. It certainly wasn't one-on-one, the strip, and now
Changes for Manurewa.
the player getting up gingerly in the background, I might add.
Tour is on for number 12, Karanokia Iringa. And number 22, Kanetra Nathan is on for number 15, Evelyn Tiriaidi.
There's the run too. Oh, this is dangerous. This is dangerous for Howick. and almost to the line, but unable to get it across as Fetarika. Joseph, dummy half, coming through for the football. There's another penalty here. But it's not what you would deem to be a professional foul, says the referee. We see Fetarika up to play the ball and coming in way too quickly, Chantel Woodman.
I'd like to see Fetarika get the ball in a bit of space. She's a hard woman to bring down.
She was real close that time around too. We might see it here also. As Maitua goes to ground in front of the posts. Rolls to her right to deliver up for Joseph. That's a brilliant tackle too from the back rower Woodman on Matua. And Tedder here hasn't been on the field all that long, but went to ground hard, and the defensive effort was superb. It might have been Porter or Woodman, one or t'other. And some concerns here for Matua, who hasn't been on the park for long. Let's have another look at it. That's Woodman there to the right-hand side. It is Woodman who goes in low. Beautiful tackle there, but I think Tedder here just fell a little bit awkwardly. Let's see how she's faring.
Yeah, looked like another knee impact injury where the knee hits the ground fairly hard and
it's actually
grabbing her head.
Yeah, it's more a knock as she hit the ground rather than.
It's a great chop tackle here.
Well, had to be made too, because Tedder here looked as though she has full intent and was going all of the way. It might have been a late accidental knee there from Kylie Porter as she went to secure the tackle. Fortunately, she's to her feet. Matua to play the ball. Joseph to deliver it up. It's not a classy pass. Nevertheless, it does end up in the hands of Kelly Maipi, who's always dangerous with ball in hand. Too tough, too close to the line this time around, and the try was always going to come. A burrowing effort as well, close to the line. And just too tough with 12 players as well. The number 8 in there, Carolina Whittaker, who's had a strong game today, Carolina. And that's 2 tries in the absence of V. Whanene, who'll return to the field in a moment. But damage done, I guess, through the indiscretion just prior to half-time.
Yeah, and that's great work here from Kelly Maipi. You see her just walk forward a little bit, which takes out the markers. I've just noticed that Joseph has been getting smashed around the ruck, and what she needs is the players like this here, play the ball, walk forward, give the dummy half a little bit of time. And that one there, that was an easy try there. Markers can't do anything when the player of the ball walks forward. And that's just too big, too strong, too low. That's great technique.
And Maitua Fetarika is pretty pleased with what occurred also as we look for the extras, and that was from pretty close range, and so no problem there with the conversion.
The score is 12 all in this match here. Howick Hornets and Manurewa Kowhai.
Pick that at 14,
and Howick
is it?
Hornets are back to 13 players on the field.
She missed that kick.
But she got the kick. Well, she missed the kick. Oh, my apologies. I just assumed she got it too. We're not looking at a great angle, though. Oh, well, there you go. 12 apiece. Now, that could be an important sit-show come the back end of this game. And I'm assuming we're back to a full complement here. In fact, I can see Fun in there on track now. So, we're locked up, gang. 27 to play here. And a pretty exciting conclusion to our triple header here at Mount Smart this afternoon. We're watching the ARL YouTube channel, streamed through their Facebook page, and a warm welcome to you if you're watching from offshore and have whānau connections here with the contest. It's Tedhia Matuo has the ball on the 40-metre line. 12 metres in from touch on the far side of the field. They've got numbers down the left edge and more players joining with fresh legs, including Lizanne Tara, who is up to play the football now. Moana Cook gets the ball alive. I've been hugely impressed with Woodman's defensive effort and overall commitment to the game as Karlitra Nathan is now to her feet. It's Joseph. Cook. allowing that ball to bounce. It'll go back towards the Marlins, and they've got it, but they'll need to use it again. There's a clever little kick. The chase is smart as well from Lamanu, and it's pulled in eventually by Wheelet, but Lamanu was full of intent on the chase.
Looks like she's gone down with some cramp in the background too.
Here's young Malvina. He monstered a little by the bigger defenders. Howick a little sluggish, as you say, to reload, and at the moment sort of wandering around like doing 6s and 7s. That'll call for Sarah Baldwin to recognise that and to soak up one of the tackles in order to help her team get some time together to reset. And then the downtowner, as we suggested, was always going to be a sensible option with the wind at their backs in the second 40. Good D, good chase, Woodman.
Change for the Howick Hornets, number 10, Jasmine Walker.
Sepano, who plays it and delivered it on the left edge. This is going to be interesting. Here's some wheels for Wiki. Wiki steps back on the inside. And Wiki is wrapped up 23 metres from the try line. Looking for the quick play. The ball is Cook. This is getting some nice shape here. Ball over the top is smart too. Onto Tehidinga. And then eventually Tehidinga gets the ball away to Nathan. Now, was that a double movement or was that momentum? The referee says to Karnetra, "You'll do me." And so she scores in the right-hand corner. But let's play some tribute to Mackenzie Wiki, who really set it alight with a scything run down the left edge. And then they were able to courier pass the ball across and eventually to Nathan, who was able to finish off with a bit of style as well. So that's 3 in a row here for the Manurewa Kowhai, as we get another look at the action from the left edge.
Yeah, it's good identification here for Kayla Nikatulu. As you have a look, the middle of Howick looked really tired, and they found space on the outside. And it's a quick play of the ball here, and they go through the hands, and this is just a big man on a little man, or should I say woman. And it's always going to be hard to bring down, and it's momentum into the try line, and it's a great try for Manurewa as they extend their lead now. Good effort there. Just too big.
Beautifully constructed try, as it turned out. Cook was involved in it early. And this conversion is smart too. And it's Kalinaina Wirako who adds the extras from the right-hand side as the Kowhai come together. They just remind themselves that the game is theirs if they maintain focus.
Kararaina Wirakohu, taking your score to 18 points to 12. Manurewa Kowhai.
Thank you to our ground announcer, and I need not repeat what she said, but she's done a neat job today. Our ground announcer and
Tasha used to be on Flavour, I think it is.
Oh, is it Tash?
Tasha Demir.
Oh, well, there we go then. Yeah, she's cool, Tash. The fellow given up already? She was telling him she wanted him to mow lawns. Eh?
Just support their son, I think, that she wanted him to do.
Okay. She's neat, Tash. What a run here. Yeah, that was a bit of a mismatch in size, wasn't it, when you got the little number 2 there, Malvina Wheelet, up against Canada Nathan. And difficult for Malvina to drag down Karnetra. Look, they're starting to get a bit of a roll on here, aren't they? 23 to play, 18-12. It's been an interesting game, entertaining. Hope you've been enjoying it at home as well. The ball's been jarred loose, which is really just what the doctor ordered here, and then knocked on as well at the back here by Wheelet.
Yeah, Howick very lucky. Josie went the wrong way there. Their middle is really struggling to get back on side. And I think if Manurewa just stick to the middle, they'll get them. She went to the right-hand side to Jodeci, but I think the joy for her will be if she just goes direct up the middle. As the big women in the middle are really starting to struggle with the fitness of this game.
Well, young Malvina, I don't think there's anything in it, but she's just Looks like she got squashed.
Yeah, she looks to be like grabbing the back of her hip there. She rolls over down on the ground here.
Like I say, I don't think there's anything in it. Kirsty'd up on her. Just does what a footballer needs to do. But she might have fallen awkwardly. Could have winded herself. Although, I'm no doctor. I've worked with blokes over the years. That's the ACL. They pontificate from the side. To be honest, I've been surprised how accurate they are. But they're footballing guys. And really rapt to see that Malvina's to her feet. Been really enjoying her footy here this afternoon. Love to see them give her some clean ball as well, because she looks like she can weave and go. So it'll be a Howick scrum feed. G'day to all the Howick Hornets. You can sense a sort of a growth in enthusiasm for the club. It's always been a proud club, but a lot of talented players heading across there. We saw a great effort today from their under-16 women.
Great effort today, and they had a real good dig yesterday in the semi-final against Point Chev, and Coach Roka Loza is doing an awesome job out there. His first year as head coach for the Howick Hornets top side. And
Tony Tuia didn't play, did he?
Tony Tuia played.
Tony.
He broke his arm, so he broke both his bones yesterday. So
no, really?
He might be in hospital at the moment, having an operation. Not too sure. I need to catch up with him actually.
Oh, well, hey, I bumped into him at the Monaco food court when we were munching out on some Vietnamese kai, and Big Tony was there. He says, "You going around again this year, man?" And he says, "Yeah, I am," which is neat. I remember calling his old man's footy, Brian. So that's how old I am, stretching back decades. But yeah, he's been a great servant, as many have been, they continue to play. And you say he broke his arm yesterday.
Yeah, unfortunately, he went to make a tackle and his arm got jammed in by someone else. And when I spoke to him down on the sideline, he said both bones were broken, and he was in a sling at the time, in a splint, and he was going to finish the game out and then go to hospital.
Oh, it's incredible. Well, one thing, on the upside, he won't have to mow the lawns for a while.
I don't know, Reed's a tough lady, so he might have to,
you're watching,
might have to use his right arm to do that.
Oh, gee, Tony, do ya? Yeah, I loved calling his footy. He's one of those guys. Still working with the kids at Sutton Park School, I'm assuming. So, sort of helping with sports. Little injury here. Well, I shouldn't say little, because it could be a lot worse than we realise. So just a bit of a hold-up here in the game. And hats off to all the connections at Auckland Rugby League, to Hamish and Daniel and, those behind the scenes making everything tick over. And all the ex-players that come back and proudly play for their clubs or coach junior teams. It's a real grassroots game, ours. The Tuahine had a bit of a problem down the other end of the field, wasn't it? I'm assuming that's Te here. So she's tough out there in the middle. And that's an ankle injury. Let's have a look and see what happened here. This is Leota. Well, the ball was dropped, and then...
Is that knee on knee there? I think it was. I'm sure it was there. I'm sure she got a bit of knee on knee there, so maybe a cork to the knee. Hopefully it's not as bad as Pappenhausen's one.
Changes for Manurewa
She certainly looks to be in quite a bit of pain.
Number 19,
Yeah, well, it's not a game for the faint-hearted, is it? That's why you have great respect. You have a respect for all people who play in contact sport and games like rugby league or rugby, boxing, UFC.
Oh, big ups to the ladies that play this game too, because it's not an easy game to play.
Surely not. And that's why I have that much more admiration for slightly framed footballers. As we can see, up against some big units. Same in men's footy as well, when you got slightly built characters tackling the biggest gorillas of all time. Jeffrey Tuvey and the like over the years.
The Walders.
Who's your favourite ever small tackler?
Jeff Tuvey.
Yeah, his front-on technique was exceptional, eh?
He was.
All that work he did, I think it's resulted in some croaky, strange opinions.
Jeff Tuvey, like he could make the ball bounce out of anyone.
He's a good dude. Jeff, he comes on TV and he's got those big, bulging, intense eyes and a gravelly old voice, and always seems to have another sort of thought about how he might do things better and what those refs are doing. He carries on.
You do that really good.
A lot of guys have got the knock though, because that's the larynx, from playing a heap of footy. Guys like him, I think there's Lockyer, there's Price. I mean, the list goes on. There's hundreds of blokes who speak like that. Then again, it could be more whiskey. It could be whiskey induced as well. I don't know. I'm just assuming they got whacked in the footy field. Anyway, back to the action, guys. Here we go. Big carry here. Important work now for Howick. They're down by 6. They need to score next. Jasmine Walker will play it for Sarah Baldwin. Oh, here's a run.
Big numbers out there. If she could have got it out.
This is Sherelle Liotta. And there's the whole shot, which shuts down quickly. Brilliantly defended. Superb defence. I thought it was there, and now it certainly is. I thought it was there once. It wasn't initially, but it certainly is now for Jasmine Walker. And she scores a try 10 to the left-hand side of the post. Very convertible. And in a moment, we could be locked up. That's an excellent effort from the East Auckland squad. The Howick Eastern United squad lining up against the Kowhai. We are in for a conclusion to this game that should be one real hoot. Hope you're enjoying the action. Let's have a look at it again.
Yeah, Woodman, she's had a great game. She bounced out of those tackles, fends off here, gets the offload. She bounces here and going to get the late offload here, and there's no one there to close that gate.
Taking the score to 16 points to 18.
It was a beautiful try. I thought they blew it. They had like a 5-man overlap earlier. The ball didn't get out there.
If we get a chance to have another look, I just loved that front on D there when Woodman came. I thought that they'd done enough to stop it. We probably will get another look after the conversion. But then the pass was able to be flicked on and finished off by Walker. And a great try in the end for Howick. But gee, there was a gutsy effort there under the posts, between the posts I should say, to halt Woodman, who I thought was all the way. So we are locked up here. And that's the way we like it. Jasmine Walker. Give another look at this defensive effort. Who's that coming through here? I think it's Wirakohu.
It's a great read from Wirakohu. I thought she was in for all money. Bang.
Bang. But then to her credit, Woodman was able to keep it alive.
She's been strong all game, Woodman, defensively, and now she shows her power there.
Got some good players. And was it Kylie Porter who eventually delivered the coup de grace?
One picks up here again.
18 apiece. 12-4 scoreline for Howick at the break.
Oh.
And that ball has gone straight into the hands of the Kowhai on the far side of the field. Well, never a dull moment. Don't turn your head. 16 and a half to play. Howick would have wanted the ball. There's nothing worse than scoring a try and then having a poor set to follow up, but they don't even get the chance to have the poor set because they didn't get possession. And now it's their Hedinger who's been a real thorn in the side. She's caused heaps of problems to the Howick defence. And they're looking good here. Now this is powerhouse running. This is good running.
Footwork.
And finished there by Katarina Wirakohu. Well, that's what can happen. Score a try, take your eye off the ball, boom, and boom, and boom. And away she went as well. Wirakohu, smart play.
Oh, poor coach Jamie Serra. He's going to need more hair dye after this game. Manurewa kick off. They received the ball back. And then Kat would have... She just comes straight through, and footwork on the fullback. Fullback is just left sitting in her seat As Whittaker, who scores an amazing try through the middle.
Well, from there, I'm going to put on my piece of paper 24-18 because I'll be very surprised. But I have seen them missed as well from the front. I have seen them, I must admit. Yeah, but that was just, that's smart footy. Real good.
Real good. Beautiful line here. That gate opens up straight through. Footwork. She kicks it this time so we can get the right score.
Okay, thanks, Wade. Yeah, hey, mate, you've coached a lot, and that's what you want. Direct running, beautiful linking. Had it all going on, didn't it? But just, that's it. Score a try, one little error on the far side, failing to secure the football, and that's what can happen. She's a real talent, though, Carolina. She's a big framed footballer, but moves across the field, with a bit of grace and style, doesn't she? She's got a beautiful swerve and lovely running style with ball in hand.
There's nothing worse as a fullback when you see the big man coming at you and then they put footwork on you. Exactly. You're loading up to throw a shoulder and then you get done.
Well, they too have to be a bit mindful here. They've already let one go dead. Ran the gauntlets a little bit at the back as well. Trying to push towards touch on the far side of the field. Howick know that they've got to work hard. They need possession. That'll give a real boost. This player has had a super time out there, huddling it to hitting her. They've done a mahi. Sure. Down the left edge we come again. Ball to ground. This is the chance that Howick needed to capitalise on. So, it's Sarah Baldwin who is up, and now Barbara Alvar hasn't had too many opportunities today, Barbara, but now she's trying to just build some momentum. Put a little bit more gas into the tank as they angle across through Leota. There's the target. 20 to play. Woodman's been the go-to player. And they know that too. So they've put in a couple of big defenders on her. This is the form of Nathan. Sarah Baldwin. Danger time here if you let Totali go too far. Just 5 metres out from the try line. Can Howard go back to back? They can. And then improving the situation as the try has come around, and it's Sophie Abraham who is in to score for the Hornets. And I respect her going around to improve the kickability of the conversion and the option there, but she might have injured herself by doing so. Sometimes you think, hey, if you're across the line, just put the ball down, because there's some risks as well. And as we know that, well, there's not much room to move in the end goal here, but hey, hats off, and likewise to Totali, who set that one up, and the best possible response to have conceded that try a few moments ago.
Yes, Cook played the ball here, and a great pass from Sarah Baldwin, and Tangaloa once again holds that pass up beautifully. Kirsty Rapana turns his shoulders in and opens that door, and Howick are able to go straight through it here, and beautiful held up there. Kirsty Rapana probably went a little bit too high on defence, got out of position, and Howick will be able to capitalise, and they maybe have to draw this game back up.
24-22. Well, here we go with some pressure here on Molly Tangaloa, who is out just 15 metres. We think the wind will favour Molly's attempted conversion here. I don't know, used to be a ball boy. How about your read here?
Well, the earlier games today, the girls were kicking it out to the right-hand upright and bringing it round like Jonathan Thurston. So hopefully Tangaloa was watching them earlier today.
Just imagine you've got your North Sydney Bears jersey on. Here we go then, Wade.
$20 if you catch it.
Okay, 20 if you catch it.
$20 if you catch it.
Oh, my goodness. Ball boy heaven. Here we go. And yes, got it. Hit the jackpot. Yes.
That conversion there. 24 all with about 12 minutes to go in this match.
There you go. Thanks to our ground announcer. Way to go, Tash. Getting another look. Smooth as silk, smooth as milk. Yeah, that's the way we like it.
She was obviously watching Braxton McGee earlier today. She could not miss in the under-16s game today, and she was kicking it from all sides of the field.
Such a valuable commodity, isn't it, footy? And look at this, out on the
full.
full.
Lisa Rule was waiting for that one that time.
Well, just a little bit heavy, yeah. Crikey dicks.
I think just as she kicked it too, the gust of wind picked up because something hit the roof over here.
Well, that's right. You need to factor that in also. You can see just how much wind advantage there is because they've kindly all worn the same coloured ribbons and they do look awesome actually, the Kowhai squad. But the wind very much at the back of the East Aucklanders.
Is that our microphones again went flying with that gust of wind?
Tie them down. Tie them down. So here we go. Into the last 10 minutes of play, it's been an awesome game of rugby league. We love it. This is Woodman. She's been terrific today.
Still fighting.
Chantel Woodman. Tough as teak. Never a back step. V. Fanene is there as well. Lost her mouth guard this time. Ended up in 10 minutes in the bin. But now she's come back to make amends through Totally. Out to the try score of a few moments ago, Sophie Abraham. And again, danger times here. What if they might even think of a field goal? Not this time. They look to thread the needle instead and it's a knock on. I think that's what the referee is calling it. It's a knock on that it was played at. And so Howick Eastern United get another chance from real close range. And they're setting themselves up here. What should be a classic finish.
Yeah, I think Howick were lucky there. Howick outsides were calling for that kick. And she thread the needle. I don't know if it'll stay in these small in goals. If they get a bit of luck, are they thinking field goal, Dale?
Well, yeah, it's got to come into consideration as we see this young lady has had a beauty game today too. I'm loving watching her style. This is Zaid Sarah Baldwin. They'll go for the barging effort. Well, they're right in front of the posts. I think it might be early in the tackle count. They'll fancy their chances down the right side. They just need to be very tight with the football. Out to the wing and too close to the line. Well, that was, in the end, not so smart play because they needed to work their way back towards the goalpost. I'm not sure that they were thinking about field goals anyway.
Yeah, just a lack of shape again, Dale. They're very, very slow on reloading, and so they're very flat. And the only option they give themselves is draw and pass, but there was no outside channel for them to get outside. So Manurewa were able to defend that easily.
Vaha was pretty easily drilled across the touchline on the far side of the field. No fault of hers. She just received the football and there was no space to move. Desperate times for both teams here, and this is what we're liking now. Another beautiful run. We've already seen this from Carolina, and there's another player down in the background. It's pretty torrid out there. Pretty torrid. And our defender there hasn't moved a great deal, so obviously immediate concern. Well, that little mistake there, kicking out on the full, really gave an advantage or an opportunity here. And the way that they're moving down there, the medics, I think they are a little bit concerned here for the player down. Oh no, fortunately, onto her haunches. It's Lizanne Tara. I think Lizanne Tara. Be sure. And oh, sorry. No, I'm looking at the wrong side. It's Leota. My apologies there. Dusty, yes. Brave, undoubtedly. And now back up into that defensive line. Trying to muster all the troops here now because there's 7.5 to play. We're locked up. There has been 48 points scored, and now they still can't be split here at Mount Smart 2. It's the proud Manurewa Kowhai. Rusty Matua at the helm. And of course the Howick Eastern United Hornets. And their coach should be wanting to make sure that all was not in vain.
Tangaloa, she's had a good game, Tangaloa. I liked it. I really enjoyed her work today.
Yeah, and a penalty. Tangaloa, a little bit of a effort there put on there by Te Hiringa. And the referee is happy to grant the penalty. Let's have a look here. I'm just holding down too long. Thanks, there's Tangaloa. Surprised they didn't use the wind there to go to touch on the far side of the field. Don't know what the thinking was there, but anyway. Just short of the 40-metre line. But they're dragging the chain. There's not a whole lot of willing workhorses putting their hand up saying, give it to me, give it to me. On the halfway now. She's been good today, Woodman. They just need a little bit more energy just to lift themselves. I know it's been a long game for these players as Jazz Walker gets up. Now it's taken by Totari. Pushing her way forward, Totari. And to ground under the tackle too was Lamanu. This is the final tackle. Stepping in there is Tangaloa. Does she fancy her chances of a long range number? And good on her for having a go. Doesn't come off, but she was thinking maybe the wind will lift it up for me. In the end, it lacked the accuracy needed.
Yep, and unfortunately it gives away 7 tackles set, so the way Manurewa have been trucking up through the middle, I think if they keep it up the middle, they should be able to get down the other end to have a crack themselves.
Well, a field goal probably isn't in their thinking going into the wind, but what about the run there from Totari? And absolutely ran across the top of Lamanu. Not many people will be able to do that. Speaking of Lamanu, she says, let's go. Grabs 10 quickly, 7 tackle set here for the Kowhai. Trying to open up the door down the left side. Go that way. Teammates signalling and good defence on the far side from Ovar.
Also, I don't think Manurewa needs to win this game. We need to win to make top 4 and carry on next week.
A lot at stake here for Howick Eastern United. It's been a thrilling and entertaining game. This time it's Tala. And they got just a little bit more energy. If they can throw at the cause here, the Hornets. Pop the ball and eventually finding Pahu Hepana, keeping it alive on the far side. Delivering the ball again. Good run from Wana Cook. She's through and away, Cook. Stepping, had a runner on the inside. She didn't link up with Joseph. Couldn't, in fact. Joseph to dummy half. Here's a chance for her to take it in, and that should seal the deal. Unless there's a fighting comeback here from Howick. That'll seal the deal with a kick to come. Still a few moments to go, so maybe I don't want to pop champagne corks too early, but it's exactly what was needed here for the Marlins. There should be no surprise to that Moana Cook. She's a skillful player, Moana.
Yes, great work from Moana Cook here. Right foot, gets past the defenders, slips over here. Zaid and Sarah comes across and makes that tackle, but Joseph out of dummy half. Another New Zealand touch player. Fills them with the fake to the left. Nice step off the left foot and scores a try. I know Dad Chris Joseph will be proud as punch watching back there in Montezere Street in Manurewa. Left foot step there, beautiful, and dives in between the players. And that will seal the game today for Manurewa.
Well, let's hope so. Let's hope we haven't jumped the gun. But yeah, Janessi's been really good today. And the referee will call timeout. Obviously the connections here from Howick have gone across to perhaps tactically invite them to try something a bit different here for the restart. Short kickoff or the like. But what an entertaining game of footy it has been.
It's been a great game of footy. What we expected from the main game today.
3 tries to 1, and it was Howick in that first half. And then we've come back with 5 tries to 2 here in the second half, and that one duly converted. So 30 points to 24.
With about 4 minutes to go on this bench.
Well, there we go.
4 minutes. Can Howard kick this ball dead again and get it back? We'll soon see. Got Jodeci there. Right, left. Beautiful try. They'll be partying down in Mondesir at the moment. I'm going to do it watching this.
I sort of remember partying at the Mondesir myself. That was oh, look at that.
She was way in front of the kicker there, out there wide. I think it's Lisa Roa.
We've got a change here for Howick. Number 8, Tulu Apollo is on for number 11, Farrelly.
She's a good metre and a half. There's a few of them actually.
Yeah, well, sometimes your emotions can override your common sense, and quite obviously, we all know you're not allowed in front of the kicker, but so willing, so keen to get hold of the football and to make amends for conceding the try that you just, disregard or forget that the referee's watching real closely on that one. It's not the first time he's penalised the team for being in front on the kick-off. I remind you too that the clock that you're watching in the corner of your screen on our streaming service is not synced with the officials. It's close, but I don't guarantee it. That's really a guide for you at home, just to help you understand what stage of the game we are at. But don't be surprised if something else happens here too. And at the moment, it's the Marlins. They're spinning and getting themselves into position. It's Joseph once again. Joseph finds on the run Lemanu. She's hard to stop, Lemanu. She can see the line there. And in the end, it's a turnover. And Molly Tangaloa and Malvina Weddett, who've been awesome today, combined. But they're a long way from home with not long to go.
Long way from home, and there's no shape in Howick's attack at the moment. You can see them all there bunched up.
Easy pickings, easy readings here for the defensive line for the Manurewa Kowhai. Well, no, this lady has had a beauty game today. Chantel Woodman, one of the stars of the show. So's this lady gone great today too. Zaid Sarah Baldwin, wunderbar. Really been enjoying their efforts. Been a lot of talent across the board as Totali looks to create some magic at the back end. Down by 6. Howick, well, they can hold their heads high. There's no doubt about that, irrespective of the outcome here as Molly Tukaloa tries to go. That's when returned. So a full set again for Howick. I'll be happy to eat my words if they're able to come back with a victory. There's the hooter in the background, so it will not be. A wonderful game of football, a celebration of women in league. And the ARL proud to bring you the action through their live streaming service on their YouTube channel. In the end, though, it's the Manurewa Kowhai, too strong for the Howick Eastern United Hornets, and they get this one here by 30-24. A really great game here this afternoon. Wade's been a privilege calling the action with you. Players are drained on the track, as they should be too. Both teams gave it their all.
Yeah, Mihi, Dale, and what a game. It was a great game, and they should be exhausted. Both teams put everything into it. So really looking forward to the final series. However, next week, the big games, the Fox Premiership and Championship finals, Dale. So if you're not doing anything next weekend, get down to Mount Smart and watch those boys go at it.
Absolutely. Well, what a pleasure it's been here to be with you today. I hope you enjoyed the action. A high-quality game. And we salute all of our women in rugby league and this special triple header round that has come to you over the last 6 or so hours. From me, Dale, and from Wade, and all the gang here at Streamshot bringing you the action, we farewell you from Mount Smart Stadium number 2. A classic game and a victory. It's Manurewa who takes this one out 30-24.